Hello and welcome to this Monday evening stream where we are going to be running up and down the East Coastway. So very much looking forward to this. We're going to be starting off in the class 377 and we'll be running from Brighton all the way to Eastbourne. After that we'll jump in the 313 and we'll see how we get on with that. So tail lights are off. Let's just turn our safety systems are on. Always helps. And there we go. So we're due to depart any second now. Evening, that one random doge. How you doing? We'll start locking our doors. As you can see, we've got plenty of 377s here at Brighton and a 313 as well. Let's release those brakes. And away we go for Moulscombe first of all. So we're not stopping, I think it's London Road that's just over the viaduct. So normally you stop there, but not today. Yeah, that's. I'm planning on definitely doing Brighton to Eastbourne, and then we could do from Eastbourne back to back to Brighton, and then we'll see how we do for time. That could be a fun couple of runs actually. Okay, put a bit of power on. We are a 4-car unit. There we go. We'll be taking it as far as Eastbourne, but this would continue on to Orr. There's the 30. So once we fully clear that, we can apply the power once again. And there we go. This is the beautiful view looking over Brighton. I love this going across this tall bridge here. It's yeah, it's one hell of a view. Let's run up to the station just ahead, which I'm pretty sure... Yeah, London Road. We'll see us go through here. Actually, we can speed up now. There we go. Evening, Crazy Place. How you doing? So we've got 0.9 of a mile to go to Moulscombe. It's really not far at all. Once we get a little closer, we'll start braking. We're up to 50. We'll start braking around now. Glad you're doing well, Crazy. It was interesting to see the announcement of the Norfolk Southern Heritage Livery Pack today, as everyone predicted, so there were definitely no surprises there. We've got a 313 here at Moulscombe as well. It's a small station here, so we'll go a little harder on the brakes, make sure we don't overrun. But the brakes on this 377 are pretty good, to be fair. Our stop sign is all the way at the end here. There we go, and we'll open those doors. Absolutely good old East Coastway. It is definitely one of my favourites as well. I'm stuck here now. Let's get myself unstuck. It's very reliable. We're almost ready to start shutting the doors. There we go. Crazy, honestly don't like the extra scenarios in every pack. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we expected. I think my takeaway would be fair enough if that's kind of, you know, if US freight is your thing, I suspect it's probably quite a good pack for you, but for those that are not that bothered, probably best to pick it up in a sale where it's heavily sort of discounted. We've got Farmer next, 1.6 miles. One random doge. I'll do Brighton, Victoria, Gatwick, back to Victoria, Brighton on Gatwick Express. That's right, that should be a fun little run. Yeah, if they included a new loco in that pack, it would have, yeah, it wouldn't be so bad. Agreed. It's very much the same as the Union Pacific Heritage livery pack for Sherman Hill. Okay, we're up to 60. We can run at 70, but we will drop down to 60 in just a moment. I would guess that Union Pacific pack probably did better than people think, especially if Skyhook Games have replicated it for Horseshoe Curve. Here we come into Falmer. Yeah, Greek Crazy, they are, yeah, probably quite widely available. I think, you know, it's nice to have a couple of extra scenarios and liveries, but I suppose it's, you know, if American Freight is your thing, it's probably quite a good pack, but for most of the other players, it's just one of those packs that you probably won't ever pick up. There's the 2 to 5 car marker. Let's unlock those doors and we'll sit here. So we've got another 377 just coming into Falmer as well. We'll pop ourselves just here. There's another 4-car unit as well. Nice. And we'll go back down. Got about 10 seconds before we should be departing. Let's start locking those doors. And a few more seconds and we can be away for our next stop, which is going to be Lewis. It's an extremely slow approach into Lewis, so away we go. Yeah, I really like the 313 on this route. We're gonna run it after this 377 run, so you'll get to see it. But I really like that we've got some variety on this route now. That's the 70 board. There we go, picking up the speed nicely now. After Lewis, we've got Glynde, Berwick, Polegate, Hampden Park, and then finally Eastbourne. So quite a few stops along the way. just ease back on the power. Now we're up to 70. Slightly speeding as we're going downhill. Yeah, definitely worth picking up in the sale. Crazy, it's a good loco, and obviously it comes with its separate timetable as well, rather than layering into the existing timetable. Just keep the speed under control here. We are going down a gradient, so it's trying to run away from us. So we need to be slow in here for 55. Just a moment. So we'll pop it into notch 2 of braking. Now notch 1. We'll release just in time for the 55, although slightly speeding that. AWS just to give us the warning that we'll be going down to 10. Yeah, if you enjoyed a 314, then you'll enjoy the 313 as well. And yes, you do get a couple of empty coach stock moves on Brighton mainline from Brighton up to Lovers Walk. No, not Lovers Walk. Selhurst Depot. That's the one. Okay, let's slow here for the 10. Does feel like you absolutely crawl into Lewis. It's so slow. We'll let it keep running for a moment at 17, and we can get a little bit closer to the 10 board. We'll slow it a little bit further. There's a 313. Nice. We can now see that 10 board, so we'll slow it right down. There we go. That's 10 miles an hour. Class 455 over the 701. Interesting. And yes, the 10 approach is extremely slow. We'll finally make it into this. We're going to be early. And that's our stop marker just there. Lovely stuff. Let's unlock those doors. And we've got a little wait here, about a minute or so. We've got a 313 here in the other platform. Bit of a puddle there. That one is not in service. Have we got anything around this side? Doesn't look like it at the moment. We can be locking those doors. Let's get back in the cab. Yeah, Lewis to Seaford is a much better run, but it's not too bad. The 10 mile an hour. Once you're out of it, you forget it. It's all good. The exit can be quite slow, but you see you've got the 40 board just ahead there. So we can quite quickly jump up to a decent speed. So our next stop is Glynde in 2.7 miles. There we go. Can jump up to 15 now, and there's 40. One random doge. I kind of wish the Washington Metro route would be added to the game, but licensing issues. Yeah, absolutely. That is a slight issue if you want to get it feeling realistic, which absolutely I don't think I'd be a fan of a route without its appropriate licensing. Right, we can run up to 60 now. Yeah, definitely crazy. There should be the services that run from London Victoria to the likes of like Littlehampton and is it Littlehampton? I'm pretty sure Littlehampton, because you leave on the Brighton main line. You can only take the services so far before it turns off the Brighton main line towards Lewis. Okay, I'm going to pick up a bit of speed here. I'm about to jump into 80. Evening, Sophie. How you doing? Okay, there's the 80 board. Let's put the power back on. So we probably need to be slowing probably a little bit back now for Glynde. put it into notch 2. I think we're going to be good. Let it run around 40. We can see the platform coming into view. So we'll go back on the brake here. Run it up. You can see our stop marker coming up. So let it run a little bit further. There we go. And we'll unlock those doors. Alright, clean now. Don't fancy getting on my my train? Apparently not. Start locking those doors. And away we go for Berwick. A lot of talk about the more New York City NYC subways. Would it? I would imagine that would be quite. It could be quite popular. Because I think we sometimes underestimate the popularity of Train Sim World in the US. Bakerloo line was the hardest base TSW2 route to make. Yeah, I can imagine it is, because I think actually creating tunnels in Train Sim World is actually quite difficult. So off we go to Berwick. We're about to hit 90 line speed. So really stretch the legs of this 377. What's its top speed? 100. So almost at its max speed. Would you like to see another NEC part of the NEC as another route, or would you like a passenger route from another part of the country? Of course, we've now got the Acela, so probably would be quite cool to see it on a different part. We're almost about to hit 90. We'll acknowledge DSD there. Acknowledge the whistle board. And we should probably be slowing for our stop here at Berwick. Another 377 coming in the opposite direction as we get clipped by it. Yeah, agreed, crazy. We tend to see a lot of Train Sim Classic routes just recreated for Train Sim World. I guess there's a wealth of data that shows what's popular and what isn't from how they did in Train Sim Classic. Let's open those doors. Nice little station. Yeah, the 20-second will tell all. I'm really excited to see what's announced. See if the speculation was correct. It's going to be interesting to see. We were definitely early into this stop. Hanging around for a little while here. Let's get ready to lock those doors for our next stop, which will be Polegate. Away we go. That's another 90. I mean, we can all wish for bug-free routes, Sophie. I think based on Dovetail's past history, I think that might be a step too far from. Oh, you can obviously, yeah, love to have bug-free routes. Evening, Paul. How you doing? There we go. Start to bring the speed back up to 90. Yeah, agreed, crazy. I think we will actually probably get quite a few routes potentially announced over and above, I guess, the three main routes that you normally see in the summer. If you think back to the spring summit, there were a whole host of routes announced at that point. So 1.7 miles to go to Polegate. Yeah, there have been a lot of bugs fixed on Midland Main Line. I just sincerely hope that it's not the end of what Midland Main Line could be. It's gone quiet on that front, so hopefully they're working on things to come to that route, because especially with the recent release of that enhancement pack. Or the unofficial enhancement pack, the mod that's available on Trains Simulator Community, or Train Sim Community. It's got a lot of potential. So in we come to Polegate. This has been fairly stress-free driving so far. I'm enjoying it, and I haven't played this route in a long time. There's our stop marker. There it is. There's the fort. There we go. Let's unlock those doors and we'll jump out the cab here. It's a nice busy station. Yeah, the TPWS grids were tripping a lot of people up, including myself, especially the ones on the approach to Nottingham. I kept getting tripped by those. Yeah, Midland Main Line. It is too short probably for the HST. It's quite good in the 158. I think that's what really sort of sells it for me, is the 158. Oh, we are. Oh, got the timing quite wrong there. We're a minute early. Let those passengers get on and off. Yeah, I've overshot Molescombe many a time. It's a short platform, so yeah, you've got to try and get that right. Right, let's start locking those doors. Go back into the cab. Remember, we've got a 35 coming up. So next stop is going to be Hampden Park. Just bring the power back off as we're up to 35 now. Yeah, the 150 is not loved at all. The 158 is amazing. Sheffield to Manchester is what you're hoping for. One random doge might be able to get TPE license. Yeah, see what I like about TPE is, forget the awful service that they ran, but the delivery is awesome. Crazy, much rather the Leicester to Sheffield, including the Matlock branch. Yeah, definitely for the HST Leicester to Sheffield would have been able to give it some legs, or to be able to stretch its legs properly. Let's just ease back on the power now. We're up to 70. Yeah, absolutely crazy though. The delays were ridiculous. Right, let's start slowing for Hampden Park. I think the crowding is pretty bad because of the cancellations as well. So you've got a busy route on top of that. Let's slow a little bit more. It's like a fairly short station here. Yeah, definitely rammed like a cattle shed. That's a 2 car. We want to keep going a little bit further for the 3 car, 3 to 5. There we go. Hello Eli, how you doing? Can we do something else soon? We're going to be doing East Coastway this evening, but I'm sure we'll be doing some different routes soon. It's overcrowded and the 185s are only about 3 to... Yeah, absolutely. Bring back semaphores and signal boxes. Far more reliable than the electronic trashy signalling. Yeah. We've got a couple more seconds, so let's start shutting the doors. And we can head to our final stop, which will be Eastbourne. Away we go. There we go, building up speed up to 50 already. When they did Seaford, that system not been operating a week before it broke down. Eli, can you do regular train back and forward to Brighton? Back and forward from where to Brighton? Either Victoria or Eastbourne. Oh, we are terribly speeding here. Yikes. I was too busy trying to read the chat and drive. It's all good. We're down to 25, which is the main thing. And we've got a single yellow coming up. We'll acknowledge. There we go, and we'll be running into Eastbourne now. Let's see if we can get a better view. Going off to the right here by the looks of this. Into platform 1, I believe. let's start to slow. The pacer, yes, the pacer looks like it'll be very fun actually. I'm looking forward to that. There we go. We'll stop here at Eastbourne. Open those doors. Let's jump out the cab here. Off we got. That's going to or have we got any Brighton services? Nope, that wasn't helpful. Jumping through the canopy there. Oh. And there we go. That finishes our service with the 377. Let's go back to the timetable, and we'll tell you what, we'll run back from Eastbourne back to Brighton. Why not? Let's we'll do the which service we do. We'll do this one. So the 5 o'clock, but this time we'll do it. I don't really want lightning storm. We'll do a bit of light rain shower. We'll do it in the rain to spice things up. Let's get this loading. Oh, that's definitely not what I wanted. That was Brighton to Eastbourne rather than Eastbourne back to Brighton. So that wasn't quite the right one. Let's try that one instead. There we go. That should be a little better this time. There we go. That's more like it. Perfect stuff. Let's get ourselves set up here. Let's open the doors. Turn the headlights today. Taillights are off. Let's put the safety systems on. Let's set the DRA. We've got a red ahead. Wipers next. Wipers. We'll go slow for now. That should do. And we're ready to lock the doors. Let's just catch up with chat here. So Eli loved the 377-313 and the 387. Yeah, absolutely. They're all fantastic to drive. Sophie, awesome memories of bouncing on paces from Worksop to Lincoln. Nice. They are extremely bouncy. Crazy, really hope that you get another Midland Main Line in the future that's made by Just Trains, of course. They're very much... that's DRA doing its job. Nice. And away we go. Yeah, very much synonymous with obviously building the Midland Main Line for Train Simulator Classic. Stormy weather in the 158. Yeah, I bet that was good fun in the 158. So we're 25 out of Eastbourne. And let's just look at our timetable. So we've got Hampden Park, Polegate, Glynde, Lewes, Falmer, and then Brighton. So, definitely a little bit faster service. The nickname of the Nodding Donkey. I've never heard the Nodding Donkeys before. That's excellent. I love that. Okay, we've got a double yellow head, which has just turned green. So we'll now start to put the power on. But we know there's something ahead of us. So I suspect we may catch that up. If it's stopping at Hampden Park, who knows? We'll find out in a second. Let's just straighten the camera up. There we go. Come off power here. Got a double yellow. We're doing 47, so that's all good. We'll wait to see what the next signal is. Hopefully actually give whatever's in front of us a chance to pull away. Got a single yellow here, so we'll start to slow. So if you found it easier after the fault transmission lights came on the one in the 158, yeah, you do tend to get wheel slip in that 158 quite easily, especially if you're sort of trying to pull away in notch 4 and it's either sort of raining and snowing. See, that's just stepped up now, the signal in front of us. We'll acknowledge. It would be nice to see a another tube line. Yeah, it definitely would be nice to see another tube line, because I've recorded, it's a bit of a spoiler, but recorded a video on the Bakerloo line earlier today, and it was really good fun. Really enjoyed it. So I expect to see that video. Yes, I've got the 323 in its for both the Glossop line and also Birmingham Cross City. Let's bring it to a stop here at Hampden Park. Look, a little bit further up. There we go. That's about right. Let's open those doors. We can really see the rain coming down. So our next stop will be Polegate. So hopefully whatever was in front of us has now had a chance to build some space up in front of us. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it does feel yeah, like you're certainly going back in time when you're driving the 1972 stock, but it's different. I like it. Right, let's see if we can go into notch 4 after getting a little bit of wheel slip there. So we've got Polegate next, 2 miles. There we go, building up speed. We're going to hit 80 line speed in just a moment, once we've fully cleared. But we will need to slow down to 35 for the curve just before Polegate. Go. There's the AWS warning for the 35. Start slowing. Eli, I'll probably be streaming next on Thursday, probably. Thursday or Friday will be my next stream. Unfortunately, I'm not around tomorrow. There we go, there's 35. Perfectly in time for the marker coming up. And just after this, we'll see Polegate. We're a little bit behind schedule at the moment, but I'm sure we can make that time back up. And there's the station coming into view. Right, here is Polegate. It's a long old platform at Polegate. There we go, going to notch 2. Bring the speed down. Further, there's the stop marker 2 to 10. Why haven't the passengers got their umbrellas up? Holy, they've got them out. Crazy, you really like the handle to drive the 72 stock? Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely something a little different, and the acceleration and braking on the 72 stock. It's just phenomenal. You can really, it feels like you can really throw it about. Let's lock those doors. And we can be going for our next stop, which is going to be Glynde. And away we go. We've got dynamic weather on, so it could stop raining, who knows. I'm interested to see what happens with the weather. We can jump up to notch 4 now. Yeah, absolutely crazy. They're used to this rain now. Don't need umbrellas. This very much feels like this year's British summer, that's for sure. So we've got quite a run now to Glynde, 7.5 miles. And we can run at 90 miles an hour, so we'll pick the speed up, and the rain has stopped. That is dynamic weather at play, but it feels very bright at the moment. Whether that will change, I don't know. See, the ground's looking very wet though. Yeah, I've got dynamic weather turned on. Yeah, probably come back in 2 minutes. We are running it in August, so I guess the way it's set up is probably quite low probability of showers. I don't know, but the sky looks pretty clear at the moment. A few clouds. Very boggy ground, yeah. There we go, almost up to 90. We'll just ease back slightly now. Yeah, the dynamic weather is, I think, probably too dynamic at times. I get why it's been set up like that, but realistically, it's not, it's not true to life. I think the worst I've seen is I've started off on a clear day, and by the end of it we've got a full-on snowstorm in the space of running from, on Birmingham Cross City from Bromscove to Lichfield. It's just, sometimes a little bit too unrealistic, and that's 75. And now we can jump back up to 90. So power back on. Oh, clouds fluffy like a nice Milky Way bar. I haven't had a Milky Way bar in years. That's a great shout. There we go. Pick the speed back up. Ease back on power. We're at 89, so we can just cruise here until our next line speed adjustment, which is 1.7 miles. Still delicious as always. I bet they are. Go, another 377 coming towards us. Nice to see some traffic. Yeah, it's fair enough. Crazy. Sometimes I just put it in custom weather and keep it on like clouds so that it's not too washed out, or it's not too bright, and dynamic weather isn't too dynamic. There's 80, and we've still got 1.4 miles to go to Glynde. Yeah, see, I tend to find custom weather a little bit better at times. Just so you don't get that unpredictability of sometimes doing a run and you get, especially on when you're trying to take a look at a route for look at a route or a new loco for the first time, you get get terrible weather so you can't take it all in. It's quite a short platform here at Glyn, so a little bit careful here. We're going to be running pretty much up to the end of the platform. And there we go. Lovely stuff. Let's unlock those doors. So after this, we've got just Lewis and Farmer to go. So this really is feels like an express service. And after this, we'll then jump into the Class 313 and we'll do a run down to Seaford. Do you know what? No, I've never seen the 700 wheel slip, Sophie. It's and I've driven it in the rain and snow, so it's feels like it's pretty advanced with, I guess, with its wheel slip protection. Oh, we're still getting wheel slip though in notch 4. It's still clearly wet enough to be giving us wheel slip. It's not quite dried out yet. There we go. Into notch 4 now. Starting to build back up the speed. We can run at 80, but we've got just 2.4 miles to go to Lewis. The day's really changed. It's lovely again now. Yeah, agreed, crazy. That would really add something a little bit different. And then also, if you also had the railhead treatment train in front of you, it could improve the braking as well. I don't think it is, crazy. I may be wrong. And a little bit more here as we go across the junction. It goes down towards Seaford, and now the very slow approach into Lewis. AWS, because I'm sure that's going to tell us we'll be going down to 10. Yeah, agreed, Sophie. It's the two-stage transmission on the 158 is. You can definitely notice the difference when you're going through the various notches. It's a nice 313. We'll be driving you in a moment. I think the thing about the 158 for me is the AI guard and how it's properly simulated and getting the guard's buzzer. because that really does make a difference to the immersion. There we go, slow a little bit more for the 10 mile an hour, because we will be going off to the left towards Brighton. This is a very cool station, split into kind of a Y. Okay, let's look for our stop marker, which we can see just ahead, the 3 to 5. Lovely stuff. We've got doors open and we'll be here for a couple of seconds. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely, Sophie. It's so nice to see that. Yeah, door release light fixed. What are some good UK routes for Trains from World? You own all the modern day ones except last couple ones. And then also Northern Transpennine, Tees Valley and Spirit of Steam. Yeah, definitely Brighton Mainline. Agree with that, Sophie. Obviously we've had the recent release of Glossop, but it's okay. It doesn't blow me away. Birmingham Cross City is good, but you've got to set aside some time to run it, because it is sort of minimum hour service, hourly sort of service. They take an hour to complete, so we'll creep past the 55 board there. Jump up in just a second. Come on. There we go. And let's go. Next stop, Falmer. Oh, we've got wheel slip still. That's no good. Even in notch 3. West Somerset Railway, it's one that you think would be a nice, pretty chilled drive, considering the sort of the low speeds of it. But because of the gradients and you know, the various hills you have to go up and over, it can be quite challenging to obviously maintain speed, not let the speed run away from you. So it's actually quite a challenging route, I think. When I bought it, I thought, oh, it'd be nice, you know, just cruise around at, you know, 20, 25. But how wrong was I? I think what also needs to come to West Somerset is steam, because at the moment it is just obviously purely diesel only. And there's a lot of substitution in from like Tees Valley and Northern Transpennine, and so you'll get it'll substitute in properly, so you get to see a wide variety. It's a piece of cake with a 158 on it. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Let's get up to 70 and then, yeah, Falmer next. 2.2 miles. And then we've got a straight run into Brighton. Yeah, West Somerset Rail and the 52. That will be fun. The 158 on the French TGV. I'm guessing you've had a good drive with that. I bet that's, yeah, very different. Right, we're almost just approaching Falmer, so we'll come off power and we'll start to slow. Yeah, crazy. The TGV can be quite picky about which power it's taking. Here is Falmer. Could be okay for time. Bring it in nicely. There we go. I have to go to Knox Shree, make sure we stop at the right place. Certainly is, yeah, can be can be a pain to do the power changeover. I think it's more difficult because it's on the move. If it was you were at the sort of the station, like if you're taking the 395 to Ebbsfleet and doing the power change in the platform, that's a lot easier. But yeah, doing it on the move is the difficult bit. Right, let's head towards Brighton. Yeah, agreed. Crazy does feel a little short. I think it was made more obvious because also obviously at the same time when they were giving them LGV Mediterranean away for free as part of that sort of promo of being bought by Focus, obviously being able to download for free on the exact same route on TrainSim Classic, and obviously having it a much greater length, made such a difference and was so enjoyable to run on Train Sim Classic. I played that quite a few times actually. You get to really stretch the legs of the TGV, or the various TGVs. Go up to 70. Let's calm back on the power slightly. It's yeah, it's worth doing a full run on Train Simulator Classic. It's very fun. Yeah, the 395 definitely does feel a little underpowered at times when you're... oh no, we're good for speed here, but we've got a board, so we'll start to brake. Yeah, it does feel quite underpowered at times, the 395, when you run it on high-speed section of Southeastern. There's 55. Acknowledge that. And that's for the 30. So we're just a mile out now from Brighton. You need to drop down a little further on the speed here, down to 30. There we go, there's 30. And we go over the viaduct, which always gives you a great shot here. Let's pop ourselves, I don't know, just about here, next to the signal. And we also need to continue down to 20. And that was a yellow, so... There we go. We should now have a clear approach. There we go, you can see Brighton in all its glory. And we'll just roll into the platform here at Brighton. What I thought was going to be a very rainy run has turned out to be very relaxed actually. Let's acknowledge DSD. As we'll slow now as we roll up to the buffers here. Nice and easy. Lovely stuff. Let's open those doors. I thought I opened the doors. I will ignore that. I did that. It's okay, let passengers get on and off. Glasgow to Edinburgh is a pretty nice route, actually. Yeah, I quite enjoy Glasgow to Edinburgh. Right, let's return to the timetable. Let's do the Class 313. And we're going to do Brighton to Seaford. Let's find... yeah, round about midday. Let's, I don't know, change that to June. We'll have it as light clouds. Let's get it loaded up. Okay, let's take on the Class 313 now. Open those doors. If I've got to remember where AWS, there we are. Where's DSD? I always forget. DSD is on. Lovely stuff. Right. We've got GSMR on. Have we got headlights? Is a good question. Tail lights, no. We want headlight and marker lights. And I think cab lights, no. I think we're good. I think we're all set up. Yep, looking good. The enhancement pack for the for Edinburgh to Glasgow is also absolutely brilliant. So, highly recommend that as well if you get the that route. But putting the 385 on the tram tracks sounds pretty funny. The 313 doesn't include any services. What is going on here? Oh, brakes. Does the 313 timetable include any services to New Haven Marine? I don't think it does, but we can have a look at the end. It might do. There we go, and away we go. See 377 coming in from West Coastway. So we'll be stopping at London Road. This one will pretty much stop everywhere along the way. So we've got London Road, Molescombe, Falmer, Lewis, South East, New Haven Town, New Haven Harbour, Bishopstone, and finally Seaford. And again, we'll get the obligatory shot across the viaduct here. Yeah, crazy. Probably not wrong, actually. Yeah, the 313 just took over the Brighton to Seaford services, and the 377 does the rest. So, here's London Road. Seaford. Seaford, seafood. Either works for me. There we go. Let's open those doors. Look at it, beautiful. I do like the livery it runs, actually. It's very nice, actually. And away we go for Morecambe. Yeah, the 313 does do those runs between Lewes and Brighton. So we get to build up the speed here now. Let's just pull back on the power here. Oh, and we need to be slowing. I forget that we've got will be pretty much a stopping service. So we've got Morecambe coming up, and this one can be sometimes a little tricky to stop perfectly because it is a short station. Okay, we'll run up towards the end of the platform here. Let's unlock those doors. Yeah, you definitely probably get Seaford at Seaford Station. Yeah, they always get me as well. Let's get ready to lock those doors so we can be departing on time. And away we go. Oh, a little bit early departing, but that's fine. Falmer next. I mean, I think the trouble is you do have some stations that do have genuinely long platforms, and then there's... You think the rest of them are like that, but they're not. Ooh, that suddenly got bright. And it's raining. We've gone from not raining to now raining. That does look very washed out at the minute. We'll have to be mindful of this now that on our approach to Falmer. Go into step 2, take the speed off. Oh, that's really got bright suddenly. I don't know what's going on with the lighting here. Safety, yeah, I've had to reverse several times on Midland Main Line. Because there are some really short platforms on that route as well. Especially for the 158. We've got something funky going on here with the lights. Okay, another 313 in the station. Nice to see. Go a little bit further up here. Let's open those doors. Are there a lot of short stations on the Harlem line as well? I've never driven it, so I don't know. What is going on with this lighting? Those stations are like 2 cars long. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. We can wait here a little while. And our next stop will be Lewes. Start locking those doors. Yeah, absolutely, Sophie. It really doesn't like it if you go sailing past the signal. Nope. Got a bit of wheel slip there, so we'll bring it back down to notch 3. Nope. We'll try notch 2 instead. Again, a wheel slip. Can we get to notch? Still getting wheel slip. The M7A is too overpowered on the Harlem line, too fast acceleration, and I think braking too. Interesting. Right. Now we go for the slow approach into Lewes. Building up our speed nicely here. We are speeding though. Wasn't paying attention. Go back under 70. Eli, can you do a regular to Brighton one more time? I think this is going to be the last run of the stream this evening. There we go. So Lewes, 2.5 miles to go. Oh wow, yeah, 22 miles and it still takes an hour. It's ever so slightly raining still. Need to be slowing for the upcoming 55. Okay, we're under 55 now. Let it run a little bit more. That'll be AWS for the 10, sorry. So we'll just gently start to slow. We're still 0.9 of a mile away from actually having to be down to 10. It can take 10 minutes just for 4.5 miles from Grand Central to 125th Street in the first place. Oh wow, yeah. Slowing nicely here. As we get a little bit closer, we'll put a little bit more braking on. Very gentle approach here, but I think we're good for time, so there's no rush. It's going to be pretty spot on by the time we get down to 10. Let it run a minute. There's the 10 board. There's 10, perfect. And now the very slow approach into the platform here at Lewis. A little bit of power. There we go. A little bit more power, we can get there. After this we've got Southeast. And there we go, there's our stop here at Lewis. Let's unlock those doors. We shouldn't be here too long because we were slightly late coming in. But it's all good. Get the passengers loaded and unloaded. Let's lock those doors. Back in the cab. And we can depart. Now the very slow exit from Lewis. There's the 40 board, but we do jump up to 20 any moment. Come on, there's 20. And shortly after that, there's 40. Not getting any. Oh, now we're getting wheel slip. That was me thinking we weren't going to get any wheel slip in Notch 4. Evening, the Southern Traveller, how you doing? I appreciate you subscribing, thank you very much. you leave with like 10 or 15 and then get held for another 5 minutes. Oh yeah, that's, I bet that's can be a bit tedious at times. Right, let's speed things up again. Actually, probably don't want to, because I'm pretty sure it's 40 across the junction here towards Seaford. Should be at the junction very shortly. There you go, you can see the feather is illuminated. And across the junction we go. All the trains entering get priority. Is that true to life? Would they normally get that, or is that just a train sim world signalling issue or dispatching issue? We've got 70 there, so that's fine. There we go, start speed up. We've got southeast 1.8 miles, so really not far to go. We're up to 70 now, so we'll just ease back on the power here. Still raining. It's quite a nice shot with the hills in the background now. So under a mile now before we need to be stopping. I'm pretty sure this platform as well is extremely short. I think it stopped raining. It has. Let's turn these wipers off. Where they are. There you go. There they are. Put them into park. Let's go to notch 2 braking here. It's finally stopped raining, which is good. Acknowledge the whistle board there. And here is southeast. Yeah, this is an extremely short platform. Let's just ease it up a slight touch so we can. There we go. Feels like the lighting has gone back to normal now, thankfully. Let's finish loading our passengers up, and then we can be on our way to Newhaven Town, Newhaven Harbour, Bishopstone, and finally Seaford. Let's get ready to lock those doors, and away we go. Away we go for Newhaven Town. Slight bit of wheel slip there, but it's under control, so all is good. We can run it at 70 line speed, so we'll start to pick up the pace. Go all the way up to 45 and climb in. just before we approach New Haven town, we do drop down to 35. Not acknowledge the whistle board, or the multiple whistle boards by the look of it. Go pretty much at 70 now. Just ease back on the power. There's lovely looking scenery. Love it. We've got 313 coming towards us. I can't remember if we get an AWS magnet. Yep, I'm guessing we probably will. This one's coming up for the 35. Get ready to acknowledge. We'll come off power and we'll start to slow now. Speed's coming down very nicely. It's just going to step 1, just take us down to 35. And it's nice that we've got freight going on here as well. The 66 is running past. Very cool. I'm guessing that's because I've got the mod still installed, probably from, I think that's probably Southeastern High Speed, or I think it might even be Great Western Express. I can't remember which ones. So across the level crossing and into New Haven town. It's the enhancement pack, I think, from Great Western Express. That's yeah, doing that. Or it could be Southeastern High Speed. One of the enhancement packs. Not many passengers getting off. Few getting on as well. Let's lock those doors. And we've got New Haven Harbour next. These two stations are extremely close together. The enhancement packs for the routes tend to include yeah, some sort of changes to the wagons so that they use real life branding and, you know, have like graffiti on, so feel a little bit more realistic. So here is New Haven Harbour. There's our stop sign towards the end of the platform. Nice to see you back, Doge. Let's get away from the level crossing. Can see the boat there. Right, let's lock those doors. Let's jump back in the cab, release the brakes, and away we go for Bishopstone. I always find it pretty mad that it allows you to get up to 70 on this single track to Seaford. I mean, you're never going to get to 70. Put the power on. Away we go. And see the sea finally. Acknowledge that whistle board. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, crazy. You literally are gonna just run straight into the buffers. Right, let's start slow in for Bishopstone. Again, it's a pretty sizable platform here at Bishopstone. Yep, that's the AWS for the 15 as you approach Seaford. We can see our stop marker just to the right there. Let's release a little bit further up. And we'll come to stop and open those doors for the penultimate time. Yeah, that's true, crazy. There we go, finish loading these passengers up. Let's lock those doors. And away we go for Seaford, which is going to be our final stop. Go on, pick up the speed. That's going to be AWS, which we'll acknowledge. Got to remember to drop down to 15 just outside the station here. So we'll just ease off the power now and just let us roll into Seaford. There we go, see the station coming into view. And then back on the brakes to get us down to 15. We're going to be about on time, I think. It's good stuff. It's been really fun playing on East Coastway tonight. There we go, gets down the last bit of speed. There's 15. And the last thing to do is not to run into the buffers at the end here. There we go. I think we're pretty much stopped right at the buffers. So you've got passengers already waiting to go on the return service. Nicely does it. Let's open those doors. Yeah, definitely. I think I pretty much have streamed every route, UK route. And you can tell I can drive UK routes much better than the German ones after the last stream's eventful PZB mishaps.
Please ensure you have a valid ticket for travel. You will be expected
Or
to
LZB,
produce your tickets
one of them.
when asked to do so.
Let's see how we did. It's got to be gold. Yeah, of course it is. Lovely stuff. So I think that's the perfect way to wrap up tonight's stream. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as much as I have. It's been a really enjoyable one. So consider hitting that like button and also subscribing if you're not already. And I will see you in the next stream later in the week. So for now, bye-bye, and I'll catch you in the next one.